here, over here, we'll have a charming rustic little wooden hut. But here you see a magnificent stone palace.
Stone palace?
Yes.
We get stone flats.
No, not flats. I didn't design the show for flats. It has to have truth.
You don't want flats?
No, truth. You see, like the volcano in the second act that they climb, it has to be a working volcano.
Working volcano.
Yes, and down front, these two fountains with the gargoyles, real water.
Hi, I'm Barb Nielsen, and I run this place, the Oak Hill Theater. And even though some days it gets a little bit crazy, it's a business like any other, with lots of numbers to keep track of. Ticket sales, production expenses, costume inventory. So we need a computer spreadsheet that's powerful, flexible, and easy to work with. We use Microsoft Excel 97, part of the Microsoft Office 97 suite of computer applications. Now we'll help you learn how to use Excel 97. And since right now, despite these clanky old steam pipes, this is the quietest spot in the building, I thought we'd do this out here. Just give me a minute to set up. Microsoft Excel 97 has a lot of features. We'll begin by taking a look at the Excel screen. To start, we click on the Start button in the Windows 95 taskbar. We point to Programs to display the program list. By the way, your installation of Excel might start differently. Next, we'll click on Microsoft Excel. When we say click or double-click, we're referring to the left mouse button unless we say otherwise. We click on Excel. After a moment, the Excel window appears. If this is the first time you've started an Office 97 application, you'll be prompted for your name and your initials. The Office applications use this information to keep track of the documents you create and modify. And if this is the first time you've started Excel 97, the Microsoft Office Assistant will display. Anytime you want help with something, you can click on this button to display the Office Assistant. When we do, the animated Microsoft Office Assistant appears. The Office Assistant helps you work with Microsoft Office applications. It may offer some tips or help related to the feature you're working with. You can even change how the Office Assistant looks and works with the Options button. And you can always type in a question like, how do I enter numbers? When we click on Search, we get a choice of topics related to working with numbers on the worksheet. When we click on one about tips on entering numbers, a help window opens with a lot of useful information. This was just an example, so we'll click on the Help Window's Close button. When we do, the window closes. We'll do the same to the Office Assistant. Now let's look at the rest of the Excel screen. Inside the Excel window is the Worksheet window, a row and column arrangement where we'll do most of our work. Across the top of the window is the title bar and the menu bar. When we click on a menu heading, the menu opens. For example, the File menu contains commands we use to work with Excel files. Sliding the mouse pointer down a menu highlights the menu choices. The keyboard shortcuts show how to select commands without opening the menu. The images, called icons, show which toolbar button to click as another way to use this command. To close a menu, we can click on the menu heading again. At the right end of the menu bar is the Help menu. You can use it to display the Office Assistant or to go right to the Help windows. And it has commands for other kinds of help as well. You can also choose commands by clicking on the buttons in the toolbars. The toolbars contain buttons for frequently used features. Excel starts with two toolbars displayed, the Standard toolbar and the Formatting toolbar, which shows the current settings for some formatting features, like font and font size. Pointing to a toolbar button displays a screen tip showing what the button does. Below the toolbars is the Formula bar, which we'll tell you more about later. At the side and bottom of the document window are scroll bars for moving around in a document. When we drag the vertical scroll box, a scroll tip shows which row will be at the top of the window. The horizontal scroll box does the same with columns. At the bottom of the screen is the status bar, which gives you information about the status of Excel and sometimes about the task you're doing. Now we'll look at the area of Excel that you'll be using the most, the worksheet window. The Excel worksheet is like a blank sheet of paper, ready for data. Right now, the screen shows a section of the worksheet that's 17 rows down and 9 columns across. But the full Excel worksheet can be up to 65,536 rows down and 256 columns across. Down the side of the worksheet, the rows are numbered. Across the top of the worksheet, the columns are labeled A, B, C, and so on. The location where a row and column meet is called a cell. Excel keeps track of locations by giving each one a cell address. For example, the address of this cell is A1 because it's in column A and row 1. The cell has a heavy outline because it's the currently selected cell. We can use the mouse to select another cell by simply pointing and clicking. Notice that the row and column headings indicate the active cell. We can also use the arrow keys to select a cell, and there are shortcut keys for selecting. For example, to select the first cell of the current row, just press the Home key. To select the first cell of the worksheet, cell A1, we hold down the Control key and tap the Home key. To help you keep track of the selected cell, the current location is displayed at the left end of the formula bar. Each Excel worksheet is part of a workbook. We're currently on Sheet 1 of the workbook. A new workbook starts with 3 worksheets, with a tab displayed for each. We can display different worksheets by clicking on their tabs. If we have more tabs than we'll display here, we can scroll through the worksheets with these buttons. Later, in the second course of this series, you'll learn how to add, delete, rename, and combine worksheets. That's the Excel screen. And don't worry if your screen looks a little different than ours. There are lots of ways to change the way Excel looks and works. Oh, hi, Jim. How did you make out with Michelangelo over there?
Well, right now he's reconceptualizing his design.
Ah.
Say, I was wondering if maybe I couldn't audition for you.
Jim, I didn't know you were an actor.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, since I've been technical director here, I've been watching some of the actors perform, and to tell you the truth, it doesn't really look that hard. So I thought I'd give it a try.
Well, Jim,
no, really, I've got a piece all worked up for you. It's all polished. I'm ready to go.
Well, I tell you what, why don't I get back to you on that? I'm a little bit busy here, but we'll talk.
Okay. I'll see you in a little bit then.
Okay. Jim.